Hey, what's going on, guys? It is Josh here, coming at you with a little bit of a different video. It's near the end of the year, and I thought it would be really cool to do a top 5 list of my favorite albums that have come out this year. So, it's been a while since I've done anything music related or uploaded a video at all, really, but I thought it'd be cool to do this top 5 list. And then in the next day or two, I'm also going to be coming out with my annual Christmas song that I release. I do a cover of a well-known Christmas song, and this year it's a little bit different than the previous years, but I got it all set up and I'm going to record it in the next day or two, so stay tuned for that. But right now, we're going to do my top 5 favorite albums of the year. And a lot of them have actually been released fairly recently, but I've managed to listen to all of these albums a whole bunch of times, and I thought we could just jump into this. So with number 5, we have 24 Karat Magic by Bruno Mars. This whole album's like right off the gate with 24 Karat Magic. These songs are so catchy. There are a lot of upbeat songs on this album, and they just make you want to dance and sing. They played 24 Karat Magic at my work's Christmas party, and especially after a couple drinks, everyone was shouting the song, singing along with it, and it is upbeat and funky. This whole album's very funky, but then a lot of the songs have an old school R&B feel. The ballads are soulful, and the instruments and the effects that they use really give this whole album an old school vibe. And of course, Bruno's voice and singing abilities are insane, and they're no different on this album. Very great album. Fun to listen to. Ballads, really, you can just feel his emotion, and it's just a great album. So all of these albums that I'm going to mention, you can't go wrong with. They're really good. The other thing is, too, I listen to a bunch of different genres, so actually all 5 of these are kind of all over the place in terms of genres. And I apologize, this is just like a personal list. There might be albums and artists that you love that I'm not a fan of, so, watch the comments, just saying. But Bruno Mars, 24K Magic, number 5. Number 4, we have A Sailor's Guide to Earth by Sturgill Simpson. Now, I'm honestly not that big of a country fan, but I gotta shout out Merlin Buchanan. He's a subscriber and a friend. He mentioned Sturgill Simpson way back in the beginning of the year, and I got hooked, and then his album came out. And this album, A Sailor's Guide to Earth, is so crazy. It's not your typical country music. He uses a lot of unique instruments, and just the whole musicianships of this album is very interesting. There's almost like a psychedelic feel in some of these songs, and very classical sounding pieces as well, like lots of strings and orchestra instruments, and very poetic lyrics. So it's not your typical country album. It's a lot more than that, but he's got a classic country voice, and that's what really makes it unique. On top of all these unique sounds and classical sounding music parts, then you throw on top a classic country voice. It just is a very strange combination, but it works so well. And he's got a couple upbeat, like honky tonk music songs too, but for the most part, very out of the box country music, but with a very like classical sound. And the lyrics, I cannot stress enough, are really powerful, and they really make you listen. So yeah, Sturgill Simpson's a great artist, and this is a very, very unique sounding album. So that is number 4. Number 3, we have Dawes, We're All Gonna Die. So I got into Dawes when I think it was just last year when All Your Favorite Bands came out, and I fell in love with them. This is like Sturgill Simpson. Dawes, they have very poetic lyrics, and that always gets me. This album, We're All Gonna Die, is a little bit more alternative in terms of genre. Lots of upbeat, alternative sounding songs, cool electric guitar riffs, that kind of thing. I really liked All Your Favorite Bands because it was more folky, but this is a great album, and it just shows how diverse Dawes can be. They do rock, they do folk rock, now they're doing like this alternative sound that they have going on, and it just shows that they're trying out all these different things and experimenting a little bit as musicians, and it works. All these songs on this album make you want to sing along with them. The slower, sadder songs, you can really feel that emotion. It's not just being sung just because. I'm seeing them next month, actually, like on the 10th or the 11th, I think it's the 11th, and I'm super excited because these songs are just so good. And this, I feel like, because of these catchy songs such as When the Tequila Runs Out, Dawes, they're really making a name for themselves. Not a lot of people, like last year when I got into them, not many people I talked to knew about Dawes, but now, like, on Facebook and Instagram, they're being like sponsored and promoted, so it's really cool to see that. And this album's helping their career go to the next level, so definitely check this out. And I'm very happy for them on a personal level, just because of how much they're growing. So number 2, we have Panic at the Disco, Death of a Bachelor. This was so close to number 1. It was really tough. This almost made it, but this album is insane. Every song on here is so catchy. The musicianship is just on point every single time, whether it's Brendan singing or the guitar riffs or just the whole band, really. Especially the song Death of a Bachelor. It's got this jazz Sinatra sound. Brendan starts off in his low register. He sounds like Sinatra, and then the chorus hits, and it's kind of, modern poppy sounding, but it's got that jazz swing going on. It's just insane. I love that they, do a homage to that old school Sinatra jazzy sound. I know Brendan has said in interviews that, Sinatra was a huge influence on him, so they definitely show it in this album. I've probably listened to this album the most out of all 5 of these, and I know like every song inside and out, and it's just great, this everything. Another song I really like on here is LA Devotee. It is so catchy, but I just can't talk enough about this album. Definitely check it out. I have yet to see them live, but I'm dying to see them live. They were actually here at the end of the summer, I think, and I missed it, but they're awesome. So definitely check out Death of a Bachelor. This is so close to my number 1. But number 1 is, drumroll, The Stage by Avenged Sevenfold. So I might be a little biased here, but let me just say, Avenged Sevenfold has been one of my favorite bands for like ever since really early 2000s, mid 2000s. When I started learning guitar, I heard these insane riffs. Some I can play today, others I still can't play. I don't know how Sinister Gates and Zachy do it, but they do. But this is their newest album. It's been a long time since they've had any new music, or much less so a new album, and the musicianship is just off the chain. Not only is it heavy metal with insane guitar riffs and screaming vocals and powerhouse drums and everything, but if you take away, all the effects and all of, like, M Shadow's vocals, and you just listen to the music, it's neoclassical sounding. It's got those they're all in those minor keys, but the talent that the whole group has is just insane. And this album's really interesting because if you do listen to the lyrics, it's all about the universe and space and, stars and explosions going on with planets and whatever, all the chaos that happens in space. And then even their slower songs, the songs are still about, the quietness and just kind of the stars and being in space where there's no sound and no people and all of that unique, crazy out of this world stuff. So it's a very interesting album, the way it's written and the way the music relates to the lyrics. So there's even the last song on the album, which is almost until the very end, it's like a 15-minute long instrumental, and it's supposed to represent the Big Bang, which I think is so interesting that this group, Avenged Sevenfold, a bunch of heavy metal tattooed hardcore guys, being so interested in like science, and they like it so much that they wrote a whole album about it. I think that's really unique. And but anyways, the last song is supposed to be about the Big Bang, so it starts off heavy guitar parts because it's like the earth forming and whatnot, and explosions going on in space and the whole universe being created, really. And then it dies down and it's kind of like acoustic vibes and soft guitar parts, and it's kind of like the calm, after all the chaos. So the stage is definitely number one for me. Not only that, but the songs are all upbeat. They make you want to sing and shout along with them Shadows, and it's an awesome workout album. I will say that as well. If you're looking for something good to run to, lift some weights to, this does it for me. The new Metallica album, which I just listened to really for the first time, is another great workout album. Didn't make it onto this top 5. If I did a top 10, it'd probably be on there, but it was kind of hard to pick and choose, and I could for sure do a top 5. So check out all of these, really. I think it's a nice variety too. We got metal, we got alternative, we got pop, R&B, country. So yeah, we got it all. Anyways, guys, comment down below some of the albums and songs that you've enjoyed. I'd love to read your comments. And thanks for watching this video. Stay tuned for more, and stay tuned for my special Christmas video later on this week. Hope you guys take care, and I'll speak with you soon. Peace out.